my beautiful ladies. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Lay, and this is the Leiydbeauty channel. So, today we are going to be talking about specifically blending. I want to start doing videos that are more so educational when it comes to blending out your eyeshadow. So today's look is going to be your classic smoky eye. This isn't a deep smoky eye, this is just the outer corner type smoky eye, and I wanted to go over a few tips and tricks to help you get the smoky eye that you want. You can use your colors, but for today I use the Too Faced Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar. A lot of the times I see YouTubers tend to get a lot of these palettes and then you never see them again. So I decided to pull this out. It's not so much about the look, it's about the blending. But me showing you this palette is just so that if you have this palette, you can follow along. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about a couple of brushes that to achieve this look I think are imperative to you having. First we're going to start with this Sephora Pro Crease Brush. This is number 10, and this is just a large fluffy brush. Now I think this is a very important brush to have in the beginning of any makeup look, because this is what you're going to use to blend out harsh edges, and if you want you can place a base crease color with this. This is when you're just being messy, you don't really want it to be in a precise place. This is the brush that you're going to use for that. The second brush I believe you need to achieve this look, this is the Pro Blending Precision brush. This is the large one, number 27. And if you look at these two brushes side by side, one is more fluffy. This one's more fluffy and a little larger. This one, if I turn it to the side, it's a little more tapered to the sides, and it kind of has like not like a point, but there's a point in the hairs where they meet up. The next brush that I think is important, this is by Zoeva. This is the Zoeva Luxe Pencil Brush, the number 230. This is a softer pencil brush. They have lots of these, and you can see it has eyeshadow on it. They have lots of these. This is perfect for under the eye and for when you want to place a dark color in your crease area or on the outer corner. And that's what we're going to use this for. And then this is actually a concealer brush, but today we're going to use it for our lids. This is the, I don't know, it doesn't have a name. It just says Oval Camouflage, number 110. But it doesn't say who it's by, and I've had this for a while, but any concealer brush will work. So for this look today, these are the brushes that we're going to use. So we have 4 brushes and a palette, and we can go ahead and get into the tutorial. Before we get into the tutorial, the demo, make sure that if you're new to my channel that you hit the subscribe button on your screen right here. Hit the subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up if you like videos like this, and to see the demo and get some tips and tricks on how to create the perfect smoky eye. Make sure you stay tuned and keep watching. Alright, so like I said, today we're going to be using the Too Faced Semi-Sweet eyeshadow palette, and here are the 4 brushes that I'm going to be using today. So to start, we're going to go use the 2 fluffy brushes. Now I've included 3 other brushes that you can possibly use if you don't have the Sephora brush. This is a Zoeva, I believe it's a 224 brush. It's a little more tapered, and this just helps you get directly into the crease. And this is the Sigma E35 brush, and as you can see when I turn it to the side, it's a little more tapered and skinny, so that helps get into that crease area. So right here you're going to see I'm going to take the eyeshadow and I'm going to put this into the crease area. What you're going to do is you're going to place it on the outer part of where that bone starts and your eye socket begins, and you're just going to bring it back and forth, back and forth. And you're going to keep doing this with small circular motions on the outer corner to help blend the color out. You're going to keep doing this until you get the pigmentation that you desire. It's better to go in with a little bit of product and work your way up than to start with a lot of product. Now, as you can see, the way I'm holding the brush is I'm using 3 of my fingers, my thumb, my index, and my middle finger, to help control the brush, and I'm keeping my fingers at the end of the brush so that I let the brush do its job. The brush is the tool that is going to blend your eyeshadow out. You don't want to put too much pressure. So as you can see, it also helps to tilt your head back while looking in the mirror so you can see where you're placing the product. My advice is to have 2 mirrors, a small mirror for your hands and then a second mirror that is a little further away from your face so that you can look straight into it and see what your eyeshadow is looking like. Now I'm going in with the fluffier brush, and I'm just going to use this to blend out the edges so that they're softened and that they aren't too harsh. You don't want the lines to be too harsh. So going back in with the smaller tapered brush, I'm just taking this light brown shade and I'm going to place it a little below the crease. As you can see, it kind of created a bit of a crescent moon over my eyeball. But what I'm doing is I'm laying the brush more so on my eyeball and having the rest of the color go a little beneath where I place the crease color. This is going to help serve a smooth transition and deepen up your crease area. Now, getting it on your lid is okay because what we're going to do is we're going to cover that, but we'll get into that later. So I didn't speed this up. I kept this in real time, and this is pretty much what I do to blend out my eyeshadows. You have to take your time with blending. There is no way to speed up blending. If you want a certain type of look, that look is going to take time. If you want it to be quick, then most likely you're not going to get the look that you want. So when I want a lighter hand, I just remove my index finger from the brush and I let my middle finger and my thumb do most of the work. Once I get the color I desire, then I move on to the next step. So now I'm taking this color switch. You can use a paper towel, but this is what I typically use to clean off my brushes if I want to use a different color. So here I'm taking my pencil brush and I'm going in with the deeper brown, and I'm just placing that on the outer corner of my eye. I'm doing small tapping motions, not adding too much color at one time. So I'm patting that in using the pencil brush, and again, light pressure. You can also do some small back and forth motions. Now going in with the fluffier brush, light hand, go around the edges and do small circular motions and windshield wiper motions to blend it out so that it blends into your crease color. Now I'm just dusting off the excess. And taking that flat concealer brush, I'm going in with the NYX Mixing Medium, but you can use concealer if you prefer, but today I'm using the NYX Mixing Medium. I'm just going to put a little dollop of that on the brush. I'm going to place it on my eyelid, then immediately using the other side of the brush, I'm going to take the gold color and place it on top of the mixing medium. Now at this point you can add liner, eyelashes, mascara, whatever your preference is. I do have a video on how I do my winged liner, which will be linked right here. But these are the products that I use today. It's the Inglot number 77 and the Maybelline Mega Lash. For my lower lash line, I'm using the Marc Jacobs Blacker Lip Eyeliner. This is actually my favorite eyeliner. It's very creamy, but once it dries, it does stay put. So taking that pencil brush, I'm going in with that deeper brown, and I'm pretty much going to set my eyeliner. when working on your lower lash line, you want to start with the darkest color and work your way out to the lightest color, because that's how you smoke out the lower lash line. So I'm going to go ahead and clean that off, go back in with that lighter brown, and I'm going to place that a little bit beneath the darker chocolate color. So just small windshield wiper motions, back and forth motions on the lower lash line. And then I'm going to go in with my mascara. And a little tip, if you do eyelashes, I find that when I use a black eyeshadow to hide the band, it looks a lot more natural. So I'm taking this black eyeshadow on a angled brush and I'm just placing it over my lash band to hide the glue. And then you're pretty much done. Thank you ladies so much for watching. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel, and until next time beauties, stay blessed.